Welcome to the Morality Matters YouTube channel. Today we delve into the ancient wisdom that guides us towards self-control and fortitude, those timeless virtues that underpin a life of meaning, purpose and resilience. Thinkers and philosophers who centuries ago grappled with the very same human frailties and aspirations that we face today. This ancient proverb, my friends, holds the very essence of our discussion today. It speaks to the power of consistent effort, the importance of discipline, and the enduring truth that true strength is cultivated from within. Self-control. What does it truly mean to master oneself? The ancient Greeks, those pioneers of introspection, understood this pursuit as a fundamental pillar of a life well lived. Plato, in his dialogues, spoke of the chariot of the soul, the intellect struggling to rein in the wild horses of passion and appetite. Self-control, you see, is not about suppression or denial. It's about harnessing the raw power of your emotions, directing them with purpose and intent. It's about choosing the long-term good over the immediate gratification, resisting the siren song of instant pleasure to build something truly substantial. Think of the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, a man who held the weight of the world on his shoulders, yet found solace and strength in the principles of Stoic philosophy. In his meditations, he writes, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Control your thoughts, master your mind, and you begin to master your very being." Modern research echoes these ancient truths. Psychologist Roy Baumeister, in his groundbreaking work on willpower, demonstrates that self-control is like a muscle. It can be strengthened through exercise and depleted through overuse. Every act of discipline, every temptation resisted, builds that inner reservoir of strength. But what does this mean for us in the here and now? It means recognizing that every choice we make, no matter how small, is an opportunity to cultivate self-control. Resisting that extra slice of cake, choosing to exercise instead of indulging in mindless entertainment, these seemingly insignificant decisions, compounded over time, shape the very fabric of our character. Self-control, then, is not some lofty ideal reserved for saints and sages. It is the bedrock of a life lived with purpose and intention. But self-control, my friends, is but one side of the coin. Fortitude, that unwavering strength in the face of adversity, is its indispensable counterpart. Life, as we all know, is not a garden of perpetual bloom. It presents us with challenges, with setbacks, with moments that test the very core of our being. It is in these moments, when the darkness threatens to engulf us, that fortitude becomes our guiding light. Think of the ancient Stoics, who faced unimaginable hardship with unwavering resolve. Seneca, the Roman philosopher and statesman, wrote, "Set aside a certain number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself the while, 'Is this the condition that I so feared?'" Fortitude is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. It is the courage to face our demons, to confront the unknown, to persevere even when the odds are stacked against us. It is the quiet dignity of the human spirit, refusing to be broken by the storms of life. We see this spirit reflected in countless stories and legends throughout history. The warrior who fights on despite grievous wounds, the single mother who works tirelessly to provide for her children, the entrepreneur who picks himself up after each failure, these are the embodiments of fortitude. And this strength, this unwavering resolve, is not some innate quality bestowed upon a select few. It is a virtue that can be cultivated like a muscle strengthened through rigorous training. Each challenge we overcome, each obstacle we surmount, deepens our well of inner strength. Fortitude, then, is not about seeking out suffering, but about facing it head-on when it inevitably arises. Chapter 3. The Seed Analogy. Imagine, if you will, a humble farmer, his calloused hands scattering seeds upon the fertile earth. He doesn't expect an immediate harvest. He understands that growth takes time, that nurturing is required, that the fruits of his labor will only be revealed with the passage of seasons. This, my friends, is an apt analogy for the cultivation of self-control and fortitude. These virtues, these pillars of a meaningful life, are not attained overnight. They are the product of consistent effort, of daily choices, of the patient nurturing of our inner landscape. Each time we resist a temptation, we plant a seed of self-control. Each time we face a fear, we nurture a sapling of fortitude. These seeds may seem small, insignificant even, yet within them lies the potential for extraordinary growth. But like any seed, they require the right conditions to flourish. They need the sunlight of self-awareness, the fertile soil of discipline, the life-giving water of consistent effort. Without these essential elements, our seeds will wither and die, their potential unrealized. The journey of self-improvement is not a sprint, but a marathon. It is not about dramatic gestures or overnight transformations, but about the slow, steady accumulation of small victories. It is about making the right choices day after day, even when no one is watching, even when the results are not immediately apparent. Chapter 4. The Legend of the Stoic Sage. Let me share with you a tale passed down through generations, a story that embodies the very essence of self-control and fortitude. It is the legend of Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who lived in the 1st century AD. Born into slavery, Epictetus endured unimaginable hardship. Yet even in his darkest hours, he clung to the principles of Stoicism, finding solace and strength in the pursuit of wisdom and virtue. His master, a cruel man, took pleasure in tormenting him. One day, in a fit of rage, he struck Epictetus's leg with such force that it shattered his bone. Epictetus, his face contorted in pain, looked calmly at his master and said, "I told you would break it." This, my friends, is fortitude in its purest form. Not the absence of pain, but the mastery over it, not the seeking out of suffering, but the unwavering spirit that refuses to be broken by it. Epictetus, despite his physical limitations, went on to become one of the most renowned philosophers of his time. His teachings, centered around the principles of self-control, acceptance, and living in accordance with nature, inspired countless individuals to live lives of meaning and purpose. His story reminds us that our circumstances do not define us. It is our response to them, the choices we make in the face of adversity, that reveals our true character. Epictetus, stripped of his freedom, his body broken, still found the strength within himself to rise above his circumstances. He understood that true freedom lay not in the absence of external constraints, but in the mastery of our own minds. He recognized that happiness was not contingent upon external events, but on our internal response to them. Chapter 5. The Path to Inner Strength. We've journeyed together now, you and I, through the ancient wisdom of self-control and fortitude. We've explored their significance in the writings of philosophers, in the annals of history, and in the very fabric of our own lives. The path to inner strength is not always easy, my friends. It is paved with challenges, with setbacks, with moments that test the very limits of our resolve. But it is a journey worth taking, for it leads us to the very heart of what it means to live a meaningful and fulfilling life. Remember, self-control is not about denying our desires, but about mastering them. It's about choosing the long-term good over the immediate gratification. It's about aligning our actions with our values, even when it's difficult. And fortitude, that unwavering strength in the face of adversity, is not about seeking out suffering, but about facing it head-on when it inevitably arises. It's about cultivating that inner resilience that allows us to weather the storms of life and emerge stronger on the other side. These virtues, these pillars of a life well lived, are not destinations, but ongoing practices. They require daily effort, consistent attention, and the unwavering commitment to becoming the best versions of ourselves. So I urge you, my friends, to embrace the principles we've discussed today. Cultivate self-control in your daily life. Outro, the harvest awaits. Thank you for watching. If you found this video inspiring, please subscribe to the Morality Matters YouTube channel for more quotes and inspirations. The journey towards self-mastery is ongoing, a constant process of refinement. Remember, the seeds you plant today, the choices you make, the temptations you resist, the challenges you embrace, will shape the harvest of your future.